Former Supercars driver Simona De Silvestro has been announced as a wildcard driver for this year's Bathurst 1000, alongside a host of other drivers looking to tackle the mountain in wildcard entries. However, the process of a wildcard entry can be confusing for new fans, so let's break it down in an easy to understand manner. Now, a wildcard in Supercars is a unique racing entry, usually fielded by a current Supercars team, but sometimes through an outside group or a former team. Now, the wildcard entries challenge the race weekend in all its sessions, including practice, qualifying, and the races themselves, giving young drivers a good experience racing in the main game, as well as allowing international drivers and former Supercars drivers to challenge the grid again. Now, wildcards use the spare chassis of another team. For example, a wildcard under the Brad Jones Racing team would use the spare Brad Jones Racing chassis. It's worth noting this because in the 2022 Bathurst 1000, the Boost Mobile Erebus entry of Greg Murphy and Richie Stanaway nearly couldn't run their wildcard at Bathurst due to Will Brown's incident a few weeks earlier in New Zealand, which almost completely wrote off the car. However, the team got together and fixed the car so that they wouldn't have to use the spare chassis for Will Brown's main entry. Despite this potential danger, it's proven wonderful for teams like BJR, Walkinshaw Andretti United, Tickford and Triple Eight to get their juniors in their cars, like Goddard at Triple Eight at Darwin or Brock Feeney at Bathurst. Many of the drivers on the grid currently got their first starts in a wildcard entry. Now, the cars receive pit boxes at the end of the line, often sharing pit booms with each other or BRT due to the fact that they only run one car, and will tend to share equipment and crew across the teams, even if they have different manufacturers and teams operating the entries. The main place you'll see these wildcard entries are at the endurance weekends, or more specifically, the Bathurst 1000, as it's the crown jewel of the Supercars series, and many junior, former and international drivers alike see it as a unique challenge to try and conquer the mountain and fight for that win. Now, these wildcards see two drivers run in a car instead of the usual single car. Wildcards are also a great sponsorship opportunity, putting branding on a returning star driver and showing support for future talent. A notable entry is the Super Cheap entry, which for the past 2 years has run former champions and newcomers alike. Ingle and Feeney ran the entry in 2021, with Lowndes and Fraser returning to the mountain last year. This year sees Lowndes once again in the car with the young gun Goddard, giving a vote of confidence to the young driver who got blasted for a pretty simple mistake last season. Wildcards are also a great way to get drivers from outside our series competing against current Supercars drivers and showing sort of what our crop of drivers has on the international scale. For example, in 2019, Indycar drivers Hinchcliffe and Rossi drove the Napa entry at the Bathurst 1000. Now, while not exactly successful, it does give that little bit of excitement as we can compare our drivers and see how well drivers do when they come to visit us. Now, wildcard entries don't always reach success. It's hard for a driver who's doing 1 or 2 races a season to sort of hit the same marks that a driver who's done every race of the season and has done multiple practice sessions might be hitting. But it's important for young talent, and it's exciting to compare our drivers on an international stage. Wildcard entries confirmed for Triple Eight, DJR and BRT. Bathurst wildcards this year look exciting. Looks like we're going to get a real challenge with drivers like Simona De Silvestro and Craig Lowndes piloting these entries. Of course, wildcard entries always excite with who could join us at Bathurst. For example, the likes of Max Verstappen and Lando Norris have always been sort of touted for the past few years as potential big names to come to Supercars to try out the mountain. So let me know in the comments below who you guys think should try out the mountain as well. Anyway, that's all I've got time for. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.